Ah, yes.
Here's the
Dogs
doggos.
themselves, yeah. Vetus. You know what? We should probably take pictures of these birth dates while we're here,
Yeah,
so we don't have to
good
make
call.
multiple trips. I'll go ahead and handle that. Vetus, born February 8th, 1924. This dog was born in the winter. And Xander was born August 16th, 1923. You know, it's interesting. If Redknot says that the dogs all just ran off into the woods and died on their own, then how
How
come?
do they have a recorded death?
Exactly.
What? It's actually they're all on the same day, so I guess they just I don't know.
Wait, are all the deaths on the same day?
Yeah, they are.
Whoa. What, did these dogs get... Did someone take them to the vet and just put them down?
I don't know.
It's weird. Well,
Did you notice there was paw prints on whatever?
Oh, you're
These
right.
look like dog tracks.
Muddy dog prints. So this must be Mickey's tomb. I'm surprised that we never get to, like, open this up. That's creepy that the dogs were actually, like, trying to paw him open. Alright, well, time to get back to the house as fast as I can. Damn it.
Dang, Jamie.
Look, I'm fast. I'm faster than the Flash.
All right, that was a decent time.
Decent run. Oh, what a nice house. I kind of wish we go to the second floor. Okay, well, now that we got some torque, let's see if we can't get this motorboat working. Life jacket.
The spark plug is missing.
No.
Well, I wonder if there might be some lunatic living in a tree somewhere who could give us a spark plug. You know what? I guess there's no point in doing this
Gotta
puzzle.
have some torque.
Gotta have some
Gotta
torque.
have some torque.
There's no point in doing
Gotta
that
have
yet.
some torque.
Julie and I had no idea what torque was when we were, like, 10 and 7. Or 10 and 8, so...
It's just an interesting word to use.
Yeah, so we thought that was so funny. We should call Sally again.
Yeah, I was just
Update her,
thinking
yeah.
that too.
I normally don't call her so soon. 1 2 1 5 555 5389. Classic. What is that? 11-digit phone number?
10.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
Can't even leave.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance. But I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
When they appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
That's a good
Who would
observation.
want to do that?
Nancy's
My closest
already
neighbor
solving the
lives 2
case
miles
the
away.
morning after.
My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Which 3 people?
Which 3 people?
Let's see, the park ranger, I forget his name, kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
So there's only 3 suspects in this game. That's an important factor.
Yeah. And that's a lot of the reason why people bash it sometimes.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
But when we compare suspects, I think that this game works really well with 3 because
Definitely,
it adds
yeah.
to like the secluded factor.
I can respect that, yeah.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room.
That would have been
Some of
nice to
the
lead with.
floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, this house kind of sucks, honestly, when it comes to interior stuff. Why'd you buy this place? Who should I call about getting rid of that
Who
tree?
did you say I should call about getting rid of that tree?
Emily Griffin. She doesn't bother answering her phone sometimes, so don't call her. Go see her. Her store's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself, M's Emporium is something else.
M's Emporium is such a cozy shop, I gotta admit.
Are
I
you
know,
aware
it's-
that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
That's such a flex.
I have my own cemetery.
Do you know if Malone is really buried there?
The realtor said the cemetery was just a sham, that there's nothing under those tombstones but dirt.
Really?
He may have just been saying that so I'd buy the place. The only way to know for sure whether or not Malone is there is to start digging, and I'm certainly not going to do that.
That'd be a really creepy part of the game if we had to, like, dig up the tomb or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your outboard motorboat is missing a spark plug. Is there one around here by any chance?
I wouldn't know a spark plug if I swallowed one whole. But you need that boat, Nancy. Right now, it's your lifeline. You can't use your car, and believe me, you can't walk anywhere because all the paths around the house end in this thick, horrible brush. You've got to get it fixed. Wait a minute. The bird watcher, he's got a boat. Maybe you could borrow his spark plug or something. Go down the path that's to the right as you look out toward the lake from the house, and you'll eventually see his observation platform. Try him at night. He never seems to be around during the day.
That is weird. Is he like nocturnal?
What kind of birds are only around at night? I just want to ask this real quick.
The wall hanging in the living room with a poem on it, and those dog carvings in that cabinet above the sofa. What can you tell me about them?
Aren't they cool? They came with the place. Sold the clock. Apparently, Malone had them custom made when he built the house. In fact, they're all built into the house. They're still there because you can't move them.
So what I'm picking up on is big puzzle.
Yep.
Has the clock ever worked?
Not for me. Oh, but get this. One day, I was messing with the hands. You know, trying to get them to work. And all of a sudden, one of the 4 little doors flew open, and instead of a cuckoo, this dog popped out and barked 3 times. It's a doggy clock. That Malone, bad as he was, he sure loved those dogs.
That's cute.
How do I go about getting your water tested?
Try the ranger station on the east side of the lake. I've been told you can get some kind of kit there.
All right, well, we'll call it there.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay, that's
Sally's
enough
a
Sally.
great phone contact in the game.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to think of, actually. At the end of the last game, we got Sally's letter, which we got to listen to her writing it, and it was from her perspective because there was no phone filter.
Yeah.
So I guess Sally is in the list of characters in the franchise who you get to see their perspective, with alongside Bess and George and Ned and all those people.
Wait a minute, you can fix the floorboards, I believe.
Oh, you're right. Just gotta make sure I don't step on them. Okay. Board 1. Board 2. Board 3. Ba-na-na.
Beautiful.
All right, expert woodwork. Rotten floorboards, watch your step.
It does look like there's a faint outline I'm seeing here on the wall.
Yes, how suspicious. All right, I think we're ready to go tonight. Let's have a
we
chat
gotta
with
talk
Mr.
with
Redknot.
Redknot.
The Malone track back at it.
Dun,
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight.
Good,
It
Nancy.
is really bright.
Isn't it kind of weird that no matter how many days you spend in this game, it's always a full moon?
I know.
I never thought about that. Alright, Redknot, are you home? Yes, he is. Hello.
You hitting him with a hammer?
Miss Nancy Drew.
Please, just call me. Oh,
Does that mean you'd like me to call you Mr. Red Knot?
All right then. Hello, Nancy. Now put a
Nancy.
muffler on it, would ya? I just heard a cerulean warbler.
No way!
Cerulean Warbler?
Really? Are they rare?
Something tells me they're gonna be with you around. You didn't come up here to chit-chat, did you?
Rednut has so many great lines.
Yeah, he's one of the...
Smoke.
He's a good character in, like, the Dexter Egan and Gray Courtright League, where he never wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
Do you know much about outboard motors?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
I'd canoe here.
You're not exactly a people person, are you?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
Well, there's M's Emporium.
Well, how does Sally even get food besides M's Emporium? That's probably just garbage
she
food.
mentioned there was like gas stations around. So I don't know.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
But I don't want to leave you unprepared.
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket.
Why?
Question is, if I give you one, what
Mr.
do I get
100.
for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
That sounds really sexual.
Bess just got one for her birthday. I helped her figure out how to use it.
There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs.
It's a good trivia question.
That is, I was just thinking
Play on
that.
my cassette player. which
Watch
you
out for the
can
next
get
Kahoot,
from
people.
M's Emporium
Yeah.
As soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Sounds good.
Here's everything you'll need.
Spark plug, bird calls, and the camera.
M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
We gotta do that.
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you? These woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. Because if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
What if Nancy did smoke, and that was like a mechanic in the game?
Rednut has a really good character design too.
Yeah, he looks really unique. I wonder if they kind of reused his character model for Harlan. Oh, you know, no, not Harlan. You know who he reminds me of kind of is Ralph from Stay Tuned for Danger.
Kind of, yeah. Big burly guys.
All right, let's see if we can get this boat working. Okay, so this is a very subtle but easy puzzle. First things first, the spark plug goes right there.
Though I remember the first time we played it, it was really challenging.
You know what? I should actually like buy a spark plug. I should buy 2 spark plugs and keep them on me at all times to honor Rednut. That'd be so beasty. Okay, so plus 0 minus plus, and there's 4 screws. Basically, it just means that this one goes to the top. The one that's 0 stays down here with the dot, and then this one goes to the bottom, and this one's a plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope we did that right, because if we don't, we're about to explode.
We'll know if we see the names. Yeah, we got it.
All right. Man, we used to blow up so many times doing
I
that.
know, it was embarrassing.
Let's check out...
I want to go to M's.
I want to go to M's too. M's is a real cozy place. And there's some screens in there that are kind of hard to find.
There's no way to skip this, though, is there?
No, but I like it. I like all the pictures. It kind of reminds me of Deception Island.
If M's Emporium was a real place, and I'm sure there are places like this, I just think it's beautiful.
I love how it's out on the water.
I know,
Like,
it's
if I
amazing.
worked here, I would just like go out on the deck on my break and just go fishing.
Same.
You must be Em.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
I'm Nancy Drew. Sally McDonald said you might be able to help me.
I like helping people. Of course, I like selling them stuff even better. But keep talking.
Mr. Krabs.
Good to know that we don't have any money.
Hi there.
I'm in town
I like
visiting
money.
her. You know,
Money?
out at the old Cologne place.
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
Okay, yes, her house is a bit of a wreck.
As it turns out, I'm there by myself. The dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
Have you ever seen the dogs?
Have you ever seen the dogs?
You said it wrong, Nancy.
Don't want to, neither. Just hearing them howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
But Javies.
Jeebies.
I got the bejeebies scared out of me twice last night. Just before I saw the dogs, I caught a man named Red Knot prowling around outside the house.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats.
You mean
You
vegan?
know how them tree hugger types are.
Is Red not supposed to be a vegan? Or like some tree hugger, like she says?
No, I think she's just going on about how he's a nature enthusiast.
Maybe, yeah.
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure. He's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards and making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
Jeez. So she carries the guns.
That's true. Wow, there's a lot to talk to her
Yeah,
about.
there is.
Let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
I think they compensated by a lot of conversation topics across 3 suspects because there's only 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to her about everything.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Well, it's been nice knowing you.
That's just it. I'm running kind of low on cash. Would it be possible to start a line of credit?
Nancy
My
only has
daddy always
Bitcoin.
said, neither a borrower nor a lender be. But I'll tell you what, seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh,
We're just
yeah,
not answering
I
your
got it
question.
right here. Thought maybe the old coot had
That's what we
forgotten
need.
he left it here.
Oh, wait, that is not what we need.
What
There it
else
is.
can I do you for?
I had to touch her hand.
Do you sell
sandpaper.
sandpaper?
Do
That's
you
it.
sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
Ew.
Ruh. Well, looks like we gotta go back to him anyhow.
Think I could
Jeez.
get some from him?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
That's all we need to talk to her for now, I think. Oh, you know what? No, let's ask about
There's
the
a
tree.
large tree blocking Sally's driveway. Do you know of anyone who can come out and clear it away?
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time.
Where do you find your...
Whoa.
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
You seem to be selling everything under the sun in here.
Best part is, I got most of this stuff for free.
What?
See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So
No
it's
way.
finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Are you saying you acquired this stuff illegally?
Well, of course not. It all washed up on shore.
Oh, that's very convenient. I'm glad to hear that.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Man, I would love to go, like, snorkeling or scuba diving here.
Yeah, it's such a great... Hey, there's Cocoa Kringle bars here, too. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, to be honest, I have, like, a big fear of, going deep underwater in fresh water. Like, we used to go out to this lake that was actually called Crystal Lake, which I'm sure some of you know is the name of the lake from Friday the 13th. Once you go down, like, after 8 feet, it gets really, really cold and super dark. Mm-hmm. It's terrifying. And Benson Aviation. And that lake was, like, easily 40 to 60 feet deep.
Well, I guess we're gonna go on to meet Rager Acres.
Rager Acres.
Rager.
Sounds like a boss fight. Buy a piece of the past. 80 years ago, Moon Lake was crawling with gangsters, flappers, and jazz musicians from the big city. They traveled to and from parties by boat and were so rich that they accidentally dropped something in the lake. They wouldn't even bother going back after it. Each item you see here was fished out of Moon Lake by Look at that, she had to tape it on by legal means. and most likely belonged to some wealthy big shot. Don't go home without buying at least one genuine artifact from the Roaring Twenties. Okay, that honestly sold me.
Yeah.
As a, man, that's actually really cool. Look at this, like, motor
Emily's a
oil.
cool character. It's a cool way to make business.
You know what would be interesting? I wonder if, like, any of the things we see here are reused assets in Secret of the Old Clock. Because, that game, you know, they might still be around then, because that game was 30s. 1930, to be specific.
And there's bait?
But yeah, live bait.
Fishing bait.
Oh, Julian and I always thought that this was a clue. When you click on the worm, and it makes an S. We always thought that was a clue for something. Just like, but no one's name begins with an S. What is it talking about? Sally? Is Sally faking it? It always just confused us.
Boy, wouldn't that be a twist.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. There's a hidden poster back here. Moon Lake Fishing Wall of Fame. God, that's a nice bass. Anti-EB. Come to Amazon. Okay. South area, closed to visitors.
Im's Emporium is just a cozy place.
Private
I love
property.
it.
That's where we are.
Yeah. So wait, it does mean that... Isn't Red not on private property, or no?
I think he is, yeah.
Red, we should be charging him.
These must be... I wonder if these are fans that they said, hey, send us your best catches. That's a best catch award? That's a nice northern pike. That is well over a 2-foot northern pike. Bill Kessler would be rolling if he knew what was going on down here. Billy Sanderson, smallmouth bass. Wow, that's nice. I do like all the little knickknacks in here. It's quite the tourist trap, but we should get on our way now.